I suppose the first place to start is why I'm making this video in the first place, or perhaps why it's valid. Because the iPhone SE just came out. We have a new, fresh, similar form factor, more powerful phone. So what's the point of the 8 now? Well, first off, the situation I had to use it is a little odd. See, due to COVID-19, Apple takes a lot longer to get your things back to you when you send them out for repair. I sent my iPhone 11 Pro Max to repair for a screen failure, not a screen crack, a failure. Something inside it went bad, whatever, cool. And what happened was, well, it took much, much longer than it should have to return, almost 3 weeks. So I had to wait for 3 weeks for my phone back, and well, during that time I used the iPhone 8 as my primary phone. And this is how it went. Now, before we continue with our video, I want to tell you about our sponsor. Not Flappy Bird is a turn-based RPG done right. If you've been living under a rock and haven't heard, Flappy Bird is a badass mobile game that changes everything. The game is crazy popular with almost 15 million downloads in the last 6 months. Rated as an epic... I can't read this. See, this is the iPhone 8. A glass back and a glass front. A solid phone all around. The screen itself is pretty decent. It's a Retina display. Actually, it's a 4.7-inch 750p screen, essentially, using Retina HD LED backlit LCD technology. Of course, it's IPS, and it looks great, in my opinion. Setting it down here, you can see its flat, boring surface. Next to it is going to be my 11 Pro Max. Now, again, I said I used this phone because I had to. It's literally the only reason. But it still made for an interesting idea. I have a red case, and I have a black case, signifying each phone, of course. I mean, it's a little obvious. Right, whatever. I think my favorite thing about the iPhone 8 is the fact that its home button is there. My iPhone 11 Pro Max feels like a giant brick sometimes, and holding a phone that's that much smaller makes such a big difference. Alright, so this iPhone in particular is the 64GB version, powered by an Apple A11 Bionic chip running at 2.4 GHz, has 6 processor cores, and has 2GB of LPDDR4 memory. On the side here you see volume up and down and a mute button. The bottom has the speaker grill and, of course, the lightning cable. The back is glass. And we all know how we feel about glass. On the left, right over here, just a SIM card. And, yeah. As you can see, my apps are still on it, and I really did use this for 3 weeks. This was primary phone for that amount of time. The one drawback to the phone I think people have is the extremely large bezels. We all know how that feels. I know that some people have certain opinions of that. The camera still looks great. Parts of this video were actually shot on this same camera, and it works fine. The entire phone feels smooth in your hand and super convenient to use. Of course. Comparing it to my iPhone 7 right here, I really prefer the fact that the iPhone 7 is probably more stable because you're not going to drop it and break the entire front and back of the phone in an instant. But, you know, whatever. Of course, the iPhone 7 doesn't work right now. Yeah, I have to fix that later. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll figure it out later. Whatever. Okay. Anyway, so I'll figure it out when I get home. So plopping them back into their case, and yeah. A little bit. This iPhone is running the latest version of iOS, as you can probably not actually see very well. Maybe you can. My eyes suck. So, yeah. Actually, the same version my iPhone Pro Max is running. Fun fact. I That's a coincidence. I didn't mean to do that on purpose. But yeah. Something I haven't mentioned yet is its waterproofing. Another great feature about the iPhone is its specialty with water. The A11 Bionic chip still is a really powerful CPU, and it shows, and there was no real issues while using this as a primary device. I just didn't have any. Another thing about the iPhone is that, honestly, Minecraft runs great, and the A11 processor in this just runs it all fine. You're never going to have a problem with it. The game's perfect for being able to create calls of help. As you can see, everything runs perfectly smoothly, and there's no problems. Here real quick, we're looking at the actual video quality of the iPhone 8. And as you can see, it looks amazing. Actually, I record most of the videos on this channel with this phone. Yeah, most of them anyway. A lot of the older ones. Anything that says Ring Zero Archive was probably with this or the 7. But it handles 4K footage at 60 FPS, and I'm not much of a color professional, but it's definitely good for hobbyists. As of the time recording this, the iPhone 8 still doesn't quite make sense because it's still a little expensive. Now, the prices are going down, and if you can get a good deal on it, it's just as good as the iPhone SE at this point. Though, if you are going to spend $300, like this is even $350, Jesus, like these eBay listings say, you might as well just go ahead and buy the iPhone SE. But if you find a good deal, you're going to be just as happy with the iPhone 8. It is still an extremely valuable phone. Just eBay isn't quite up to speed, I guess, yet. Who knows? Now, if you enjoyed the video, why not leave me a like and subscribe to my channel? See, I put a lot of effort into this video. I started this like a month ago, just trying to learn all the information I needed to make this right. And I'm still getting better. I'm going to keep pushing forward and keep improving my ability to make this kind of content because technology is something I've always enjoyed. And you can expect more videos from me from this point on. This was just the first in many, and honestly, I'm excited to see what the future holds. So, thank you all for watching. I hope each and every one of you has an absolutely wonderful night. Goodbye.